By the MP for Tamale North, Al-Hassan Suyini, he indicated that there is an outbreak of measles in parts of the northern region and other areas, hence the need for the Minister of Health, Kwekwajiman Menu, to be held before Parliament as soon as possible over the matter. He spoke to Citi News after the statement.
At some point, a couple of months ago, the Central Hospital in Tamale had to shut down the pediatric unit because of how alarming cases of measles had become. And because it is a very contagious disease, if care is not taken, very soon many schools will. Children, and the like, tend to be very common at the lower level of education. But when those are happening in the midst of an outbreak of measles, you are not even able to tell if a child is suffering from measles or not until sometimes perhaps it is, or it becomes too late. So far, there are no records of deaths, but it is just shameful that at this time we should be talking about measles and not just isolated cases of measles, but an outbreak of measles. How did we get to this point that we are not prepared to some of these preventable, diseases?
The majority leader, Seiche Mensah-Bonsu, affirmed the call by the Tamale North MP Al-Hassan Suyini for the Minister of Health, Kwekwajiman Menu, to be invited over to Parliament on Thursday, March 2, to answer questions on the shortage of vaccines in parts of the country.
It's a statement that relates to a matter that has arisen, certainly in the country, and required the minister to be here so that he could furnish the country with details of how the ministry is working to contain it. Otherwise, we are all left in limbo. I understand that some communication has gone on between the chief whip and some high government official. I don't know who. And he is relating to some of the issues that he has heard in the House, which is not official. So, Mr. Speaker, I will urge that if it is possible for us to invite the minister tomorrow, because this is an urgent matter, either tomorrow or latest Friday, to respond to how the ministry is working to contain the outbreak of the disease.
The minority in Parliament on Wednesday addressed the media and indicated that MPs have not been paid their salaries, hence their mistrust in the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to be able to release.
So you don't even have the money to pay salaries. MPs, we've not been paid. And you are saying that we should accept your assurances of future payment.
The group reiterated the need for the Electoral Commission to maintain the guarantor system of vouching for the eligibility of persons getting onto the voters' register for the upcoming polls.
We insist that the guarantor system is time-tested. It is proven that, obviously, in the case of myself, I did not get to choose to be a Ghanaian. I was born Ghanaian, and my parents should be able to take me to registration center and vouch for me to indicate that since they are Ghanaians and they have evidence that they are Ghanaians, their son is non-negotiable. We are insistent that our position is simple. They have every right to strengthen it.
Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni.
Now, the Ghana Health Service, GHS, has confirmed 12 new cases of Lassa fever after further tests were conducted by the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research. Now, the latest cases revealed after the GHS traced 56 contacts of the initial 2 cases confirmed on Sunday, February 26. Active cases of the fever now stand at 13, according to the GHS. Now, 1 person has so far died from the disease. There is more in this report covered by Citi News' Eno Safo, who has been following the cases and now joins us. Right, so Eno, right, so what else can you tell us regarding the number of cases we have and what has happened so far?
Right. The Ghana Health Service has recorded 12 new cases of Lassa fever, making the total number of recorded cases 14, with 1 dead. We're here at the Ghana Health Service Public Health Division to get more education on what Lassa fever is and how we can prevent it.
The Lassa virus actually resides in a rodent. It has a name called Mastomus. So the virus tends to be transmitted to human beings by way of droppings of the rodent or the urine. So what happens is that in that context, we will say that Lassa fever is actually a zoonotic condition. So it comes from an animal to man. So the typical example is like you are in your house, you cook and you leave your food and you go and sleep. You don't cover the cooking utensils properly. So in the night, these rats will come, play with the food, eat some and pass urine and drop things on it. The next day you come, maybe you will not be inside to hit the food, you eat it. That's the way you may have the disease. So that's the way. So it's from animal to man. Like a fever, so that's what it's called, Lassa fever. So the fever, you will realize that the fever is not responding to the typical anti-malarials or the antibiotics that you know, and they may have general bodily weakness or may have what we call malaise. So that's the early stages of the infection. And then with time, you may have headache, you may be having sore throat, chest pain, and they may even have difficulty in breathing. In some instances, you may even go into coma. So we realize that our first case went through that phase.
He explains that the rising numbers should not be a cause for alarm.
The best way of managing these kind of infections is be able to identify all contacts and kind of contain them so that they are under control over the period of the maximum incubation period. So what we are doing is that we are trying to find all persons that have been exposed, and they're going to follow them to the 21 days.
The Ghana Health Service.
You see, the outcomes depends on how early you go to a health facility. So if you have a fever, let's always not assume that it's malaria. So you go and take anti-amodiaquine and say you are fine. No, let's go to a hospital. Because it's when you go to a hospital, the doctors will think that could it be Lassa? And that's the time you pick your blood and go to the test to see what it is. So we are encouraging early reporting to a health facility.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Medical Association has advised its members to adhere to infection prevention and control protocols, especially regarding the use of PPAs at all times. This comes on the back of the infection of some doctors and other health workers contracting Lassa fever.
Indeed, among the 14 persons, we are aware that some health professionals have been infected, including doctors, some nurses, and some close contacts of these people. Yes, it's true that these people have been infected, but as we know, PPEs and protections are both the PPE dependent and then also people dependent. So we are encouraging. That's why in our message, IPC, infection prevention and control protocols, so that they can minimize the space
to contain the spread of the Lassa fever. My name is Enu Safu.
Now, away from health, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, is predicting a further reduction in fuel prices in the month of March if the value of the local currency is stabilized. COPEC's comment comes on the back of a drop in fuel prices in the first pricing window in March at the pumps of some leading oil marketing companies. Now, there is more in this report filed by my colleague Daniel Sakiti and read by Kweku Ejama Ansa.
The cost of January through to February this year, with consumers lamenting its impact on their finances. But the month of March has started on a positive note for fuel consumers as Citi News checks at the outlets of various oil marketing companies reveal downward adjustment in the price of the commodity in the first pricing window. A litre of petrol was sold at 14 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos at leading oil marketing companies. Goil, for example, is now selling at 13 Ghana cedis, 80 pesos, while diesel, which sold at 14 Ghana cedis, 90 pesos, is now selling at 13 Ghana cedis, 80 pesos. Despite being elated about the reduction, petroleum users still want government to do more to ensure a further reduction in fuel prices.
Drivers, especially myself, we've been always looking on the board for, where fuel is cheaper and hopefully buy. So it's kind of a welcoming news to see that reduction in fuel, but we still feel that there's a lot more that should be done to make us all comfortable. We all know the current economic situation, so any reduction is acceptable and appreciable and appreciated. But if we can get a bit more, we really appreciate it better. So we're calling on the government to see how they can do a lot more for us to get the fuel prices coming down.
I think more can be done, especially as we all can see that fuel prices from the world market is going down. I think the government can do more. And another thing that I think, where I think we have a problem is also the OMCs, that's the fuel station owners. From me, I think they are also not helping so much.
Me like this, I buy fuel 250. So at the end of the day, at least I have to make like 500, double of it. But sometimes you might close and you have a range of 300, 350 or 400, which is very bad. You can't be having a business and be losing. You get it? It's all about the profit. So I think decreasing the fuel prices will affect us positively.
In an interview with Citi News, the executive director of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, Duncan Amwa, predicted a stable price for petroleum products in the month of March. He based his prediction on developments on the international market. He however says prices of petroleum products could further reduce in the second pricing window if the depreciation of the Ghana cedi against major trading currencies such as the dollar is addressed.
We cannot talk of sustainability yet. The only indicator of sustainability or otherwise would be your currency, the cedi. Whether we'll continue to print more currency, more cedi, and depreciation will set in. And for that matter, the cedi's exchange to the dollar will depreciate in the next 10 days. We cannot be able to follow. We are not in for any major surprises in March. From the figures we have seen, it is likely that prices could be stable, prices could decline. Some analysts are also thinking prices should go up in the month of March. But what we read, it's likely to be a very stable market for the month of March. And about, like I indicated earlier, would have to do with the cedi or the currency.
Now, Citi News has learned that more parents fell victim to a man who was picked up by the police for allegedly defrauding persons in the ongoing school placement. The suspect was apprehended for claiming to be an agent with the Ghana Education Service and extorting money from parents to have their wards placed in senior high schools of their choices. There is more in the following report by Citi News' Rachel Engman and read by Enu Safo.
Parents and their wards continue to express frustration following the opening of the free senior high school placement center by the Ghana Education Service to facilitate self-placement and replacement of students in available schools in all categories except Category A schools. As guardians strive for their wards to be placed in various senior high schools, some persons have capitalized on the situation to defraud them. A young man who presented himself as an agent with the Ghana Education Service was on Monday at the Ghana National Association of Teachers Hall in Accra. Barely 48 hours after the arrest, a second victim who allegedly paid a sum of 1,500 Ghana cedis to him to secure a school placement has come out. This unfortunate development comes after the Ghana Education Service's caution to the general public to desist from engaging third parties in transactions with regards to the free senior high school placement exercise. A victim, Deborah Na Ajelesoa, narrates her side of the story to Citi News.
We were here, that was last week Friday, to still do the placement for my sister. So we came to sit. And I heard him telling a certain man that the man in the video, the man he defrauded, that he should pay 1,200 to me and that he will help him with the placement. So after we submitted the forms, I told my auntie that she should listen. I heard the man telling this man that he could help her out. He could help him out. So I told her that she should talk to the man. And we called him out and spoke to me. And he told my sister that he would help her, but she has to pay 1,500 for one person. They were three. My auntie said, okay. So when she got to the house, the man kept calling her to tell her that she should send the money so that by Monday they will check the school and she will get placed. So when she got to the house, that was, I think, Saturday, she sent the man 1,500 to help her with the placement. So on Monday, we kept calling the man and his number was busy. Later, the phone was switched off. And she came here. When she came here, she told me that when she came here, she didn't find the man. And I said, okay. So I came here on Tuesday after I closed from lectures to check whether I'll find the man. I didn't find him. So when I got home, I was telling a friend of mine, and he told me that a man has been arrested for frauding someone. And I said, then he should send me the video of the person to verify if it's the man we gave the money to. And lo and behold, it was the man.
Meanwhile, the police has begun investigations into the matter.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV and Fema Edunami. Still to come. Fire guts boys' dormitory of Woolensea Senior High School in the Nanumba South District of the Northern Region, destroying belongings of students. We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay.
Plus is a fully skimmed evaporated milk. Creamy Plus is available in a shop near you.
This message has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
This is the neighborhood I'm having my 20s.
The very reason why I took it for us. See, the price is very good and it's spacious to contain all of us. Alphabet City. Now I'm a landlord. I don't pay rent. And my Airbnb business is booming.
To be prime bank and I'm not say another Alphabet City. The pension pay 20%. The payment plan. I want to share my
Place to raise our families and creating peace. Come on, be my neighbor.
Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Alphabet City is a classy and peaceful gated community in Sakomono. We have 24/7 top-notch security and high-quality access roads. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, 3 bedrooms and 3 washrooms with boys' quarters. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 washrooms. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, all with beautiful kitchens and kitchenettes. Call Alphabet City on 0240-111119 or 050-44-99999. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Oh, today he has been extra sweet, and the way he looks at me.
I have done everything by the book. It's on. Hey, but I have to get some condoms, Charlie.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner from HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancy. Condoms are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service.
Pepsodent is aware that globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. That's why by giving her Pepsodent, you're not only protecting her teeth, and thrive at every stage of her life with a healthy and confident smile, so she can succeed and achieve all of her dreams. Because every smile matters.
Hello again. Now, fire on Wednesday gutted the boys' dormitory of Woolensea Senior High School in the Nanumba South District in the northern region, destroying several items. Now, the students who could not salvage any of their belongings were in class when the fire started. There is more in the following report by Citi News' Aminu Alabira.
On Wednesday, tutors and students of Woolensea Senior High School in the Nanumba South District were thrown into a state of shock when fire completely destroyed a 3-room boys' dormitory block. The incident happened when students were in class, hence they could not salvage their belongings. The fire burnt everything in the dormitory. It took a little longer for the fire service to arrive because the Nanumba South District has no fire station. The headmaster of the is worried, especially for the first-year students who just reported to school.
For mattresses, their buckets, apart from what they were was bent down completely. Wow. Especially, my worry is about the first years. Some even reported just last night they have their mattresses and drop boxes all bent down. So the students are traumatized. All of them, we don't even know where to keep them. already the school we have a lot of challenges concerning dormitories. That particular block that is burned down was originally built as a classroom, 3 classroom block for home economics, but for lack of dormitories, we turned it into a dormitory block for one particular house for boys. We have an abandoned or uncompleted now. I think if it is completed to have about 20 dormitories, that would have solved our problem. Even other houses or other students, apart from the girls, all the boys where they are living as dormitories are classroom blocks.
The assistant headmaster
to regional before they also redirected had gotten to the next room. So if we had a station in Nanumba South, I am quite convinced that they would have readily availed themselves to quench it whilst it was still burning the first dormitory. So we think time has come for government to look into setting up a fire station in Nanumba South.
As it stands now, the school will have no option than to temporarily close down. The headmaster and the affected students are therefore appealing for support.
The Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council is courting the support of all assembly members in the region ahead of the 66th Independence celebration to make the metropolis clean. The council wants the members to assist and ensure the success of the initiative. There is more in this report.
The Tema Metropolis is set to host the regional 66th Independence Day celebration in Accra, scheduled to take place on Monday, March 6, 2023 across the country. As part of preparations, the Regional Coordinating Council has announced its move to embark on its operation in preparation towards the 6th March celebration will begin from 2nd to 4th of March 2023 to facilitate cleanliness across the metropolis. In a stakeholder engagement with all assembly members on March 1, 2023, the minister charged the members to assist the various municipal assemblies in implementing the initiative.
The bylaw says clear that you are supposed to clean your inner perimeter, immediate environment, your frontage to the middle of the streets. So the vans are going around to announce, and every household, every business, every landlord, by law, by coming out of their businesses or business places, their offices, homes and shops to clean their immediate environment and frontage. So what we are saying is that, for instance, the Maman here, the entire assembly members of Krowo and Ablikman North will assist your Maman here assembly member by supervising the cleaning up of that area, but not to get you to go and do Sophie.
He further announced the deployment of over 600 personnel from security agencies and some personnel from the Citi response team to help and supervise the exercise. He added that the council will not hesitate to sack personnel from the Citi response team if they refuse to discharge their duties.
Over 600 men and women will be drawn from the security and intelligence agencies to join you, namely Ghana Police, Ghana Prisons, Immigration, Fire Service. They will come with their fire tenders and all. Then the Citi response team, about 600 of them will also join. So all these ones will be deployed.
Let's now talk politics. Now, some residents in the Volta region say they are hopeful the launching of former President John Dramani Mahama's bid to run as president in the region will put a spotlight on the place if he wins power. Now, the former president will launch his campaign for the 2024 flag bearership contest in Ho on Thursday, with some people in the region hoping the move will see the completion of abandoned projects. There is more in this report by Citi News' Desmond Selassie Ago.
Former President John Dramani Mahama Congress presidential primaries in preparation for the 2024 general elections. Professor Joshua Alabi, the former national campaign chairman of the 2020 national campaign team of the party, picks the nomination forms on behalf of Mr. Mahama. The former president is scheduled to launch his campaign for the 2024 flag bearership contest at the University of Health and Allied Sciences in the Volta region tomorrow, Thursday, March 2nd, 2024. Residents in the Volta region are expectant of his visit and say they are hopeful the region will get the needed attention, coupled with the celebration of the 66th Independence Day celebrations to be held in the region.
We are extremely happy that the spotlight of the nation is on us. Actually, we are preparing to host the 66th Independence Day anniversary, and for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to also be coming to us at this crucial moment. We are extremely happy and we welcome him. Our expectations are that there are so many projects in the region that have been abandoned. We expect that when he comes back as president, he will come and complete and initiate some new other projects.
We are Voltarians are expectant of his second coming because we know he comes with a lot of goodies for the country. He doesn't discriminate. He developed every region, whether they have voted for him or not.
Meanwhile, NDC in the Volta region are expectant and hope the former president will be given a rousing welcome. Speaking to Citi News, Regional Communications Officer of the NDC in the Volta region, Kafui Agblese, said the callback for John Mahama to lead the party is very high, hence the decision to launch his campaign in Ho.
The region is expectant, and I believe that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his outfit has done research. That is why they chose to launch their campaign in the Volta region, because the people of the Volta region are extremely receptive of him. The people of the Volta region want his comeback because there are a lot of projects in the region that has been abandoned. Talk about roads, talk about school infrastructure, talk about health infrastructure that has been abandoned in the region. So almost everything that he started is at a standstill. So the callback for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in 2024 is extremely high in the Volta region. I believe strongly that is one of the reasons why he has chosen to launch his campaign in the Volta region.
For Citi News, from the Volta regional capital, I'm Desmond Selassie Ago.
You're still live on the Citi Newsroom, still to come. Off. We have the details coming up shortly. Do stay.
Anyone can become a house owner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You Go Flip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yougoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it.
you go flame.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Balancing man and woman, chiefs, papa farmer, papa soldier, and foreigner, your greed is destroying our future. You are selling our precious rich farmlands, you are destroying our forests, and you are destroying our water bodies. You are gradually emptying our country of our prized cocoa through illegal mining. You may be doing this today for gold and money, but tomorrow this country will lack drinking water, our forests will be depleted, and we will have next to nothing from cocoa exploitation. If we do not end this, your sons and daughters will live in a very dark future, filled with diseases, violence, famine, and poverty. We have the power to correct the wrong by standing together and supporting government to stop the pollution and destruction. There are community mining and alternative livelihood programs happening in your communities. Sign on and mine the legal and responsible way. Ghana, let's unite and work together to end Ghana. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and the Minerals Commission.
Welcome to Jamila Home, a signature business that houses the most luxurious antique and contemporary furniture. We stock presidential, royal, ministerial, and executive furniture with complimentary decor. We have a wide selection of beautifully maintained pieces, such as the amazing Windsor chairs, with one of the largest choices of genuine Regency and Victorian dining furniture, which once stood for England's finest craftsmanship. Renowned across the world for its luxurious and detailed features, alongside a brilliant blend of Italian contemporary Versace royal set in absolute elegance. Visit our website www.jamilahome.com. Contact us via phone call and WhatsApp on 0302 437 228 and 0205 555 525. We are located at 13 Westland Boulevard, Accra. Jamila Home, your first and best furniture showroom in Ghana and the world.
You're welcome back. Now, the Heritage Month on Citi TV and Citi FM has officially begun today with the on-air series, which seeks to give a revealing insight into Ghanaian culture. Now, Heritage Month is an to offer Ghanaians several reasons to be proud of their culture in diverse ways. This year's Heritage Month is dubbed Make It Ghana. The following report has more.
The month of March has been dedicated to celebrating Ghana and her unique culture and history. Here at Citi FM and Citi TV, time will be spent on both on-air and outdoor events to push everything Ghana. The theme for this year's Heritage Month is dubbed Make It Ghana, a deliberate attempt at making Ghana the desired destination through film, tourism and investment.
Make It Ghana is an overarching theme to drive a certain kind of appeal to make the choice of consuming any and everything Ghana.
Oh, can you repeat that again?
I am saying that it is a new drive that we are selling that compels us to make a choice of consuming any and everything Ghana. And we are saying that we recommend Ghana. Forget about the politics and all these whatever, because the only country where you are not a stranger is Ghana. But we chose it, and we say that Make It Ghana, that the Make It Ghana theme, and we're going to have the t-shirts, the caps, and all the things that come with it, because it's a promotion that will cut across Ghana and Ghanaian communities outside of Ghana.
Wonderful.
So that we believe that with that Make It Ghana, on your own becomes an ambassador of the country based on the memorabilia that you're using. You know? So if you wear a Make It Ghana cap and you are walking, say in Heathrow, somebody sees you and becomes curious. If you are wearing a t-shirt, Make It Ghana, somebody sees. This is what we are saying. That's something that speaks about Ghana on its own.
Some activities lined up for the month began with an on-air series educating Ghanaians on the people and stories of Akwemu with seasoned historian Kweku Ankara.
So talk to me about the Akwemu. Who are they? Because in what we read in history was that they were very fierce, they were warlike, and for a while they were so powerful that different groups had to come to fight them because they were almost undefeatable in war.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
Yeah, so that's very true. So the Akwemu by 1630s, 1640s up to a whole lot of up to by 1730, they were the most powerful group among the Akan group. So these Akwemu people are part of the Ediana Chia Abrede group. The Ediana Chia Abrede group. So the Diana and the Inchia, you see all of them, their symbol is dog.
of March, patrons will travel through 14 regions of the country, visiting tourist sites, interacting with indigents, enjoying their food and experiencing their diverse culture.
So Heritage Caravan, again, part of the whole tourism wing of celebrating the Heritage Month, is trying to get Ghanaians to trigger this new way of life, where Ghanaians will start paying money to see other parts of Ghana, because there's a sickness of the middle class that then the moment they use the word holidays, the next thing is travel abroad. If I am on leave and I have to go on holidays, then for a middle class, for me to get my validation as a middle class, to wherever, you know. And at times, how international travel is, you know, and we are saying, why don't you, if you have, say, 1 month, why don't you use 1 week to do this in Ghana, get to know other parts of Ghana, and then you can do your international travel as well.
If you've missed those home-cooked meals prepared by your mother or grandmother, this is the time to relive those moments at the Back to Your Village Food Bazaar on the 25th to 26th of March. Your favorite akplen and fetlidechi, aprapensa, abom, fufu, lamujin, sobolo, and all you could think of will be on display at the forecourt of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Get ready for an exciting month of knowing Ghana, its culture and tradition, its people, music and places, all happening here on Citi TV and Citi FM.
And so we say Happy Heritage Month and let's make it Ghana. Now, in some news beyond our borders, supporters of the Labour Party in Nigeria have taken to the streets to protest the declaration of APC's Tinubu as president-elect. The party's hierarchy has threatened to go to court over alleged malpractice despite the rejection of such claims by the president-elect. The following report has more.
It's been mixed reactions in Nigeria since the Independent National Electoral Commission on Wednesday dawn declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress President-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The declaration follows 3 days of collation at the National Collation Center in Abuja. It was an anxious moment for most Nigerians and Africans who closely monitored the arguably most fiercely contested election in Nigeria, scenes captured in the house of Bola Tinubu moments before the declaration succinctly captures the emotions.
Is hereby declared the winner. Yes. And is
in line with predictions, results declared by the INEC put Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC, Abubakar Atiku of the PDP, and Peter Obi of the Labour Party as the candidates with most votes. Moments after the declaration, Bola Ahmed Tinubu made an acceptance speech where he expressed appreciation to Nigerians for the confidence reposed in him and called on the other contenders to support him.
Mandate, I hereby accept it. That mandate to serve you, be your servant, and not be your leader.
The INEC later handed over the certificate of return to Tinubu, which essentially signified his declaration as winner in the election. There has, however, been protest about this declaration, predominantly championed by officers of the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party. The protests are based on alleged failure of INEC to transmit the results to its IRF platform before collation and announcement as promised. Scores of Nigerians are reported by local media channels to have poured onto the streets in protest.
Let them listen very carefully. Nigerian youths are angry. The results they saw was a reflection of the anger of Nigerian youth. They should not push us to the wall. My people, melembe. They have not seen anything yet.
The vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party at a press conference noted that a court remedy will be sought in the coming days.
It doesn't matter how low the confidence it is in the judiciary, the law is the law. Look, there's a confidence we have in them, and there is a confidence we have in ourselves and in our case. These are two different things. The confidence we have in ourselves and in our case is that elections, so to say, were not held.
But President-elect of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, believes these alleged malpractices are negligible and do not affect the integrity of the polls.
I commend INEC for running a credible election. No matter what anybody... Not to talk of the lapses, few lapses that were reported were relatively few in number and were immaterial to affect the final outcome of this election.
The 2023 presidential polls returned with an interesting outcome as a country with two dominant parties saw a third force performing considerably well in the eyes of analysts. Nigerian polls arguably have been a duopoly since 1999 between the APC and PDP. But following the results declared by INEC in 2023, APC, PDP and Labour Party led in 12 states each, with the NNEP winning in Kano State. In 2019, however, when Buhari was voted for a second term, the states were shared between APC and PDP. APC led in 19 states, while PDP in 2019, the APC, which emerged northwest, north central, northwest, and upper part of the northeast. The PDP, on the other hand, dominated in the southern part of northeast, southeast, and south-south, while winning Oyo State in Southwest, the Federal Capital Territory within the North Central region. In 2023, the electoral map of Nigeria shows a creditable performance of the three parties in various geographical regions. The PDP this time round won most of the states in the Northwest and Northeast. However, APC won Zamfara and Jigawa. Southwest. The APC, on the other hand, dominated in North Central and Southwest, with PDP winning Osun in Southwest, while the Labour Party led in Lagos, which is in the Southwest. Lassa and Akwa Ibom states, which were won by the PDP. The Labour Party also led in the FCT, Nasarawa, and Plateau in the North Central.
And that's how we wrap up. This has been the Citi Newsroom. We have more news on our website, citinewsroom.com. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182. Many thanks for your time. I'm Frema Edunami.